What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Welcome to the first episode of the Footy Fetish. You might have been here from last episode when we had locker room talk. That's old news now. Old news. We did a bit of a online research. Turns out there's a lot of shows that are called the Footy Fetish. Isn't that right, boys?
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So we've got a little rebrand, early on rebrand. I don't think you can hate on that too much, to be fair.
Yeah.
But
it's a working title, wasn't it? Working
title. We'll say that. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? But yeah, so we're back again. For episode 2. So how you boys doing? What's been going on with you guys this week?
Yeah, good. I thought, sorry, H. I didn't know who was going to talk.
I was waiting for you to go.
It's been a good week. I think this week there's been some very boring, but also very interesting. It's been a bit of it's not right in the middle of just good football. It's been bits of things. It's been very average, but then some games have been like probably going to be our longest parts of like talking. But yeah. Personally, good week.
Yeah. What about you, H?
Yeah, same. I mean, Reading finally got another win for the first time in a month or so. So
where are you guys now?
We are 4th or 5th, I think.
It's not bad, mate. You can still
in the playoff spot. So, and now hopefully that win's going to get us back to where we were. But
was it at uni where? Oh, you were in playoffs.
Yeah, you were in the playoffs,
and then we all went to watch. We all went to watch the game somewhere, I think. Or
yeah, we went to pub, I think, didn't we?
I think so. Yeah.
Well, the final.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I remember something.
I was at Wembley that day.
Oh, mate, that's a sad day. But
it's good.
But yeah, exactly. Everyone but me had a good weekend. Then I'm assuming. Oh no, I guess Mark, you had a bit of a disappointing one, really.
Oh yeah, in the grand scheme of things, very, very disappointing. Yeah. But then
your manager lost his head, didn't he? A little bit.
Ah, Jesus Christ! Yeah. The argument he had.
Yeah.
The argument.
We'll get onto that. We'll get onto that.
That's why everyone loves him, though.
Yeah.
So potential to lose his head.
All right. So I guess as we did with last episode, we'll start this one by reviewing the weekend of football we've just had. As we said, a bit of an up and down weekend, I'd say. Wasn't exactly. There were some good games, but there were also some really boring, dull games, really. But unfortunately, we have to start with maybe the most boring and dull game of them all. My Crystal Palace losing to Newcastle 2-0. And I guess we'll just breeze over this one real quick.
Yeah, like last week, yeah.
Yeah. We weren't great, but neither were Newcastle. So I don't.
We expected that to happen.
Yeah, right. But I don't know. It was just for most of the game we were on top, which is really infuriating that we lost this game. They got 2 goals within like 4 minutes of each other, right at the end, and.
But we said this game could go either way, though, didn't we? There was neither a dominant team here.
But to be from a Palace point of view, we are rubbish. We are really bad. Like. We might go if it keeps going on the way we go. We actually might go down. Like we saw West Brom get a win this weekend. I mean, it was against Sheffield, who are a winless team, the only winless team in the league. So you got, but just under Roy, man, we've won 8 games in our last 30 Premier League games.
In general, I'd say these are 2 like pretty well matched teams. The only difference is that Newcastle have a player like Callum Wilson, who is clinical and does finish stuff off, which Palace don't have.
Yeah. No, very true. Very true.
Might have been the deciding factor.
Yeah, we don't have. Well, that literally, it was the deciding factor, really. And not having Zaha, the fact that we can't win without Zaha is actually crazy.
Yeah,
that is crazy. That's nuts. Like the whole thing turns to absolute rubbish because you don't have
there is
one
good
guy.
Amount of talent in that squad.
There is. Eze looks like a player. He does look like a player, and I think he is going to be very good. He did take but he's still a raw guy. And
he's one of those players who just has that potential.
For sure.
Just to be just a really solid football player.
He can't be the only creative midfielder we have in that squad when we play. Do you know what I mean? Like Townsend is all right, but he's been slipping after last season. He was bad last season, and he's brought it back a bit, but he's still not doing much really. And I don't know. It's just disappointing, man. It's just disappointing. It just seems like we're in games all the time, and then it's a stupid mistake or it's a silly little like slip up that costs us the points. And we lost last week against Burnley, which we should have won that game. It was literally a mistake from us that lost it. We lost this week against Newcastle. If we don't beat West Brom next week, I think Hodgson's got to go.
Yeah.
Hodgson's got to go, man. It's bad. It's 8 wins in the last 30 games.
Yeah, that's pretty terrible.
I don't know. A team like Palace, 8 wins and 30 is not dreadful.
It's not good though.
Yeah, but are there many people out there who are going to get better out of that squad?
You could.
What's the maximum you can hope for with that squad? Like 10?
He doesn't make substitutions much. Really late, he changes things really late in games. It is uninspiring. The way we play football is so uninspiring to watch. It's so boring. Like half the time, I'm like watching the opposition and then waiting just for we got a counter attack. Here we go. It's not
the football you did play when it was like Balassi and Dwight Gale and stuff.
Right. It was exciting stuff, and now it's just like
punching.
Exactly right, and then you obviously had
stagnant.
Still, it is stagnant. But with a player like Eze, I think he's the first of hopefully a few that will come through the door, and really shine some light. I like Nathan Ferguson, but he hasn't even played yet this season. The right back we brought in from West Brom, funnily enough, and Tyreek Mitchell, he needs to get played a bit more at the left back. We need to bring in these young players. We've got Scott Banks in the under 23s who is smashing it. He's lighting it up, and he could be in the first team. I don't see how putting him in would be any worse than having Townsend on the right.
It's worth a go.
You know what I mean? It is. We've got the oldest team in the Premier League, and there's a reason why we play boring footballs, because they are literally a bunch of old boys led by the oldest boy. Literally, that's how it is. It's like we need some youth in this team, man. It's so boring to watch, but I just don't think we'll go. I still don't think we're gonna. We could go down. I don't think we will, because there are worse teams than us still. And as long as you've got Hodgson in there, you're gonna stay up, because he's a solid. He plays solid football. But do you now thinking about it? Like 8 wins in 30 wins, we're not looking good. We started the season well, but now we're just slipping. And we're 15th. We could slip into the bottom 3. Yeah, it's just a bit mad at the moment. And Newcastle, they weren't good. They just have Callum Wilson, and they have a player like that
backed in 2 goals.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think it's going to be an uphill battle now to not be in a relegation battle. I think for Palace. If we're being real, I think for the whole season we might not be right there, but I think for the whole season it's going to be like we can't slip up because we could get relegated. Do you know what I mean? We'll be right on the outskirts of that battle.
Every loss is going to feel like 2 losses. You think?
That's exactly it, mate. That's exactly it. But whatever. If we really got to do it, Hodgson out, get someone new in. We'll see what happens. I don't know, but Parish needs to sort it out basically. But right, onto a game that Mark is definitely going to want to talk about. Brighton 1, Liverpool 1. Bit of a stinker, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think frustrating is the word I'd use for this game.
Yeah.
Considering, I'm not sure if you guys watched the game in full, you may have caught the highlights, but I think for the first 10 to 15 minutes, Liverpool seemed to be like they were going to win 5-0. Like they were breaking down that defense. You had Salah pretty much almost immediately running in from behind, a ball from over the top. He was getting on the end of it. Didn't have that right angle, or a defender was able to, get a push on him and he would send it wide. But it was a great start from a Liverpool side, which has still quite a significant injury list.
Yeah.
But the game itself, I think once Brighton really got comfortable in the game, then they started putting balls straight over our mid, straight onto Connolly's feet. And that's where we had, I think, Nico Williams, young, he's 19, Nathaniel Phillips, the son of Jimmy Phillips, actually. Nathaniel Phillips and Nico Williams on the right. Connolly was just running through that. Nathaniel Phillips, 6'3", 6'2", he's a big guy, but he doesn't have the pace to keep up with Connolly. And Connolly was just running through, and every time I saw that ball go straight over sort of like Wijnaldum's head, I was like, Connolly's on the end of that, and he was. But what was it? I think we led 1-0. Can't remember how many goals went VAR and got ruled off that day. That was a nightmare.
Salah was the captain in fantasy league, so that hurt a little bit.
It was a bit painful to watch his foot get compared to a foot, and it being like it was a toe. Yeah, thank you.
They do need to change.
It was like it wasn't. I think I spoke to H or said it on the chat. I think that in that instance, it determines sort of what frame VAR was stopped, because both the players were moving and the ball was moving as well. So I'm not sure how they obviously view it, but depending on the frame, I think that if they went like a frame before, it would have been his foot just kept him on side rather than the frame they used where the toe was a bit over. I think it's starting to get a bit ridiculous, and it's showing at the moment.
From the angle they showed at the replay, if that's the angle that the refs at Stockley Park, whatever, were using to decide the VAR check, that's so far away from where the passer was.
I couldn't even see the passer.
How do they know for sure that that's the frame where the ball's left his foot?
The thing is, you couldn't see it. You couldn't see the passer at all. It was a long ball over the top. You couldn't see the football. Usually, you're right. You get like that wide angle. You get like the player down here, and you get the line. And you go, okay,
it was from like up high in the corner of the stadium.
It didn't make sense. I mean, Klopp was not happy with it.
No,
I mean, neither was Milner. I believe had a pop at VAR as well on social media. But yeah, not a dramatic game, but in itself had some dramatic moments, I believe.
Yeah,
I had this on
while we were. Well, I was doing other stuff. To be fair, I just had it on in the background, so I didn't really catch too much of it. But that Connolly kid he looks like a real player, man. He does.
Yeah,
he was look like a real player.
Just putting in 110% effort.
Now it's unfortunate that Mopai or whatever. He's bad, isn't he? Jesus, this was terrible.
They could have won.
It was an awful penalty. They should have put that away.
Sent Alisson the completely wrong way. Sent Alisson for a hot dog, mate, and he tucking it in the bottom right. Missed.
I've got to say, I did quite like Philip from what I saw of him for the majority of what I saw.
He is solid. I just he's good in the air. I think he's really good aerial player. Like he will get it. Did you see where? I'm not sure if you saw it, but he went for a challenge, jumped up, got the ball. Clearly where he was just coming in with so much effort, hit into the player, did a flip in the air, landed on the side of his hip and like just bounced and hit the deck. He was down for a few minutes and just got back up and just started running. Any other player, it would be like, he's off, he's done. That's another one to the injury list. But no, he got straight back up and he was like, walked it off. It hurt, but it was a bit like that. It's fine.
Fragile being.
Nathaniel Phillips looks like a no-nonsense centre-back, which is nice, a no-nonsense one. But Nico Williams subbed at half-time.
I wasn't impressed really.
Don't usually see that unless the player, Klopp doesn't want him on. But
he seems a bit harsh during an injury.
Curtis Jones, I think Milner dropped from the mid into right back.
You would have think that's how they started, then. That's how
they start, but clearly
I would have. I mean, Curtis Jones has been very decent every time he's played for you guys.
Either Nico Williams had been playing great in training and start him, and then on the day it was a bit like, no, he's not playing right, let's switch this at half time. Or
he did give away the penalty.
Exactly.
And he did have a pretty stinker of a first half, so it's probably what it was.
Connolly was just running through him, so I'm not surprised they put Milner in there to see the rest of that game out and get some experience.
To steady the ship at the back.
I mean, to bring Curtis on anyway is a great shout.
Yeah, it's fine. Do you know what I mean?
Young, creative player as well.
What do you think then? Like this, obviously, this is a title race now. City, after their performance this weekend, City are going to get back in it. What do you think this result is going to come back and haunt you guys?
Definitely. I mean, a few seasons ago, these kinds of results where we're pulling draws really bit us in the arse. So I think games like this, we really can't be losing if we are seeing ourselves now as back-to-back Premier League champions, hopefully. If we are starting to want to see ourselves as that, we can't be losing to Brighton. I mean, it's a bit understandable with the sort of the injuries we have at the back and how well we're performing, but at the same time, we can't call ourselves champions and then lose to Brighton.
Well, you drew.
Well, drew.
But you lost points to them.
We lost points to them. So the table could look slightly different.
I still think I'd still have you as you're still my
definitely.
Favourite.
I still rate us as top 3, as in to finish this season. But again, we'll get into all that nonsense.
Well, I mean, City aren't a problem, obviously, from your predictions.
No, they're not.
So
that was one game. That was one game, mate. What are you about?
He's sticking by it, and I respect it.
Yeah, I do. I can't wait for the end of the season. Okay, H, have you got any more to put in on this Liverpool Brighton game? Or
nah, you guys have said it all.
nice. Well,
fair enough.
I picked up this game at 3-0. So this next one, and this was Man City absolutely bending Burnley over a barrel here with my little and 5-0. 5-0. A hat trick from Mahrez after we sang his praises in the first.
Yeah, did he start?
He did start. Yeah.
That's what we said. We said we should.
This is the only game that we all predicted the right team to win.
Yeah.
It was a bad week. I'll get onto that in a bit, but it was a bad week. Great, a good start.
Oh shit! It can only go up from here though. That's fine.
True. We'll get better at this, I promise.
But yeah, did any of you boys watch this game?
Saw some of the highlights. I didn't watch it.
I've only seen the highlights for all of these games.
Well, yeah, I mean, City were just they found a gear this.
Yeah.
I think personally, I do think it is down to that little bit of a jig up, like having bringing Mahrez in. Oh mate, he's just a player, isn't he? Like it's just like we were saying last episode. He's incredible, man. He is probably their best creative player aside from De Bruyne.
I still wouldn't be surprised if he's not in the starting lineup next week. That's just erratic.
It's just
Guardiola. I don't know what he's going to do.
True. That's it. But I really like the Ruben Diaz signing. He's really shored up that back line with Laporte. I think going forward he could. I think he could. Yeah, that should be the duo going forward for City. I think if they're going to play a back four, which they look like they're going to. If they play a back three, they put Kyle Walker back there in that third centre back role. But Mendy got a goal. I'm still not sold on him. Still not sold on him as a player. But yeah, it was a beautiful goal. And then
what do we think changed from last week where they were struggling to this week to where obviously they're playing Burnley, but
I mean I think playing Burnley is a big part of it. Playing Burnley at home is a big part of it, I think.
But you expect them to win.
Yeah,
do you reckon?
It came at a good time, this fixture for City.
Yeah, definitely.
Literally. I think it was just one of them games where they just had to they were just up for it, obviously. They were just like, look, this is a team that we need to put to the sword early, and they did. They just never looked like they never took their foot off their necks, basically, for the whole game. And I mean, Ferran Torres picking up a goal, a new signing. He looks like a pretty decent player for what they paid for him. I think it was like 20 odd million. I think they paid for Ferran Torres. When you look back at that now, that's in a couple of years, we could see that's an insane signing. But yeah, I think City have put themselves, unless you're Mark, City have put themselves way back in the title race here.
I don't know. I still think they've got a few games like this to come that to change my mind. I'm very, very opinionated on that front. As you both won.
I think you've just had a howler and you're trying.
Yeah.
To just
no, mate. Yeah, but what if I'm right? And
what
if I'm right?
I mean,
it don't matter because you're not.
To get to the end of the season, City win the title. Mark's like, nah, no chance. They got no chance.
They got no chance.
But I'd love it if they come 7th.
Oh,
that would be
very good.
That would be incredible.
You reckon Pep would be out if he was coming 7th?
No, just like knew you 2 year deal.
Oh, did he?
They wouldn't sack him. They will never sack him.
They won't sack him.
True, you can't.
Even though he is actually terrible at buying players, but we don't need to talk about that. He's
good at spending money, though.
Yeah, all he does is inherit the teams that he wins stuff with. But
Bayern were already untouchable.
Exactly. But next game was a shocker for us lot because we all had Everton winning this one. Everton leads.
I had them drawing.
Okay, sorry, you had them drawing.
What did I? I think I had
2-1 Everton.
Still a stinker.
Yeah, I had 2-1 Everton. I had the goal for Leeds. Just the Leeds goalkeeper, Meisler. Is it Meisler?
I have no idea.
Let me have a look here. Yeah, Meisler. Oh, mate, he made a couple of fantastic, and so did Pickford. To be fair, both keepers made a couple of fantastic saves in that game. Really kept. Well, yeah, I mean, literally, Meisler kept Leeds to win that. Like he kept them in front.
He did against Arsenal last week as well.
Yeah, very true. But both, this could have been like a Southampton Man United, like a 3-2 or like a 4-3 or something. But they just both keepers were just on form.
Everton could have conceded a lot more there. Pickford
definitely
had some great saves.
I do think sometimes Pickford's great saves are a bit like I just made it look way harder.
He made it,
great for the camera,
I don't want a goalie to make great saves. Do you know what I mean? I don't want him to make leaping saves.
I feel it in time. They shouldn't be having these shots as it is, or whatever.
Exactly, yeah.
You just want him to stop the ball going in.
Yeah, I don't need some fancy like over the bar thing. Like, just catch the ball. That's
the ball, get it out. Carry on.
I think. Well, obviously, last week I think we were saying Leeds are a very decent team, but they are still showing signs of a championship side, which I think is still. I think that's still a fair case to say. But they have definitely, after their disappointing result last weekend, have kicked it up this weekend.
Yeah, when I watched some of the highlights, they just looked very intense. Like when their touches, getting like a decent touch on the ball and then keeping with the ball. Ayling running up the side, he's getting a heavy touch, but making sure he gets to the end of that ball again.
Yeah.
And putting in crosses where he can. He's not necessarily reaching his target, but it's still, he's putting in a lot of effort. I mean, I can't really speak for the rest of the team, but I noticed Ayling was really, really putting in the stress on that right wing.
No, they're a proper team unit.
Yeah.
Like, not many teams in the Premier League are, but they are fully like a unit. Everyone works for each other.
Yeah. I mean, they did get very lucky because I think it was Liam Cooper, let the ball go early on when he should have cleared it. It went to, I can't remember who it was. I think it was like maybe Richarlison or someone. And it led to the Decore charge early, but it was a fantastic save from Meisler, denied him. But yeah, so stuff like that. They're going to need to iron that out pretty soon if they want to be in the Prem, if they want to, be a Wolves or a Leicester or something like that. They're going to need to iron them out.
I think the team they have is a good team. I reckon they'll stay up. I reckon they'll be fine, to be honest. But a good game though for them.
Be interesting.
Shout out to Rafinha also as a sick goal.
Oh, what a goal!
Nice goal. He tucked that in nicely, didn't he?
Oh man, yeah, beautiful goal.
Man of the match.
Yeah, it was a fantastic shot. It'd be interesting to see if Bamford can pick it back up again.
Yeah,
with the goals, he ain't scored in the last couple of games, I think, but would be good to see him pick it up. See another English striker that's banging in goals. Can't be
mad at that. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so I think, what do you think? Leeds now for going forward. What do you think? Do you think they'll keep this going, or do you think they're going to slip up again? Or
I think they'll come around like 11th and 12th. I think that'll be a really good.
That's a strong finish.
Yeah,
that's a strong finish. What about Everton?
I don't know. It's so difficult with Everton at the moment.
It's a bad loss. You can't be losing to Leeds if you want to be top four.
No, not at all. I just don't know if they'll make top four if they continue like this. To be honest, I mean, there's plenty of games left in it. Don't get me wrong. But if you're taking this week by week, you should be getting a result there. As an Everton fan and an Everton team, you should be getting a result.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I think Calvert-Lewin will be pretty disappointed not getting a goal.
Yeah, definitely.
This weekend. And James Rodriguez was creating a lot, but just no one getting on the end of it, or just not having the quality to then match his quality going forward, which is unlike Everton actually this season so far. All of their players going forward have looked class. So I think, very disappointing. But I think Ancelotti, we all know Ancelotti's an unbelievable manager, one of the best of all time, if arguably. So, I think he'll get the boys back in action for next week. But on to the next game, West Brom, Sheffield. Sheffield are, they're going forward, man. I must gotta say, McBurney, Mousse, and McGoldrick, they are rubbish. They are awful players. Honestly, I saw Mousse put it over the bar from about 2 yards out. McBurney, with an absolute peach of an opportunity to score, sends it straight down the middle of the goal, and the keeper deals with it no problem. And then you got, McGoldrick didn't play, so whatever. But
he didn't even play. He's that rubbish.
He didn't even play. That bad.
Can't even get in that team. We all had Sheffield United winning that one as well.
Yeah. I just thought they would,
apologies to West Brom.
Get them boys coming up. I know. Apologies to West Brom. It was a weird. I can't decide whether or not there was a good goal or a lucky goal. The McGallagher goal.
Could be a bit of both, really, can it?
Because it was like a volley, but it looked like he mishit it, but he didn't, and it went really slow into the bottom corner. It was just a confused. I was like, oh, that was kind of cool, but I don't know if he meant it.
Did he mean it?
Yeah, but I mean, fair play. It was the winner. They got a goal. What was otherwise a pretty lackluster game.
Where's West Brom sitting after that win? Did it move them?
Let's have a look. So West Brom are still 18th, okay. Sorry. Still not in that top 17, but
that's a big win against another relegation candidate.
Yeah, exactly. That will matter.
Obviously, yeah. The Fulham game didn't help them, but it's not the end of the world for the. Oh God, I've just seen we're only 7 points off the bottom three. Oh Jesus Christ. Okay, but we are on the same amount of points as Arsenal.
Arsenal only 7 points.
Oh, we better than Arsenal. Yes. But yeah, no. West Brom. I do still think they're going to go down this year. I don't think beating the Sheffield United of this season is enough. 1-0 is enough, and not a very convincing win either. Like Sheffield United had plenty of opportunities to win this match. Doesn't convince me that they're going to stay up. Not when you see other results of a couple of teams close to them, like Brighton drawing 1-1 with Liverpool. That's a huge result for them, who are 16th. And Fulham, obviously we'll get onto this in a minute, but Fulham beating Leicester, that is huge. So
that's ridiculous.
If anything, those two teams have shown me way more than West Ham has from this win. West Brom, has from this win. And but yeah, I think it was something for the West Brom fans to be happy with, I suppose. To have a good weekend for I don't know how many they're going to have this season, but have a good weekend. But yeah, I haven't got much to say. I haven't got anything else to say, boys. What about you?
No,
it wasn't particularly eventful, was it?
Nah,
nothing. Pretty boring. But
I don't think anyone expected it to be, but West Brom done what they had to do, and fair play to them.
They got the job done, really, didn't they?
Yeah, they got the job done, exactly.
And a clean sheet as well. Could work wonders for their defence in similar games.
Very true. Could give them a good boost, actually. Could give them a good boost going forward. Sam Johnson had a pretty good game, actually, to be fair to him.
Yeah.
He did get man of the match, and I did see him put a good couple saves in during the game. But yeah, he's not bad, to be fair, Sam Johnson. Ex-United, I think, isn't he? Sam Johnson.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe that's another. Well, they've got their own thing with Dean Henderson, I suppose. But yeah, on to Red Devils. Nice little segue there. They actually really lucked out and got a good 3-2 win over Southampton.
I don't think it's they clutched that.
Yeah, they did, but they also were rubbish at the beginning. So
yeah, I said my piece on Cavani last week, but fair play. That second goal was incredible.
Yeah,
he was brilliant. That was brilliant.
Yeah. He was in the right place at the right time for
getting
those goals, and that's what you can really ask for.
No, for sure. Really. No, Bruno Fernandes, man, he's definitely top quality, isn't he?
I mean, you can get mad at how many pens he takes, but he takes them for a reason.
You can't get mad. I mean, you can get mad at a team for getting those.
It's
pretty bait with it.
It's not Fernandes' fault.
Yeah, exactly. He's just the one scoring them. This is the thing. Yeah. He does that because he is a quality player.
Yeah, he's top. He's top class. But I still don't think United are good.
No, no, they're not.
No, they're not good.
They got good. I think they have good individual players, but they're not pulling together as a team.
The defense is just horrible.
Oh, the defense. Oh, mate, Maguire. Don't get me started.
Alex Telles, I like him going forward, but he's not done anything for them going backwards. I don't see him. I don't personally think he's a very good defender, as a left back. But going forward, he brings a hell of a lot more than Shaw does. So I understand that transfer. Wan-Bissaka just don't look anything like the boy he was when he was at Palace, does he? Really? Funny how that happens. It's happened with another Palace player that went to Man United as well. But maybe Wan-Bissaka will come back. You never know. Grass ain't always greener, eh, Aaron? But no,
like he's gonna watch it.
Bear salty.
He's watching and then just go.
He's definitely watching.
Jeez.
Yeah, no, I actually feel quite bad for Southampton in this. They James Ward-Prowse, he might be the best free kick taker in the league. Like, he's unbelievable.
Probably is.
Things. He's unbelievable.
That was an insane free kick.
Oh my god. I mean, both goals were a bit weird. De Gea, I felt like could have done. I mean, the first one was quite difficult. It was going so fast, and it's a tight angle. But I feel like he could have. An older De Gea from a few seasons ago could have made saves on both of those. Do you know what I mean?
He's getting on a little bit though. I mean, he's still class goalie.
Yeah.
But he's
Maybe it is time to bring Dean Henderson in.
It was about 2 months ago, but they still haven't done it.
Yeah, true. But yeah, no, I feel bad for Southampton. I hope this doesn't isn't the beginning of them unraveling as a team.
No.
I mean, I don't know, because after they lost 9-0 last year and they just got better from it. So I'm assuming that. I mean, where can you go from 9-0? Only up.
Only up. True. Is it Leicester?
But I hope that Leicester. Yeah, I hope they keep pushing and keep. I like Hasenhüttl. I think he will. I think the squad will bounce back. I'm sure of it. But yeah, it's just I don't know. I really wanted Southampton to win this game.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I mean, they did put up a good fight. Let's be honest. Like, I think if Cavani hadn't played, it might have been a different story. Because obviously he got the 2 goals, but Cavani being more of an older and experienced player knew. I think, well, from what I saw in the highlights, knew where to be positioned. He looked very well positioned to get on the receiving end of both of those balls that were crossed into him.
Yeah,
and fair enough, it took a little bit of acrobats, and I think on the second one to really squeeze it in, but squeezed it in nonetheless. So
yeah,
but yeah. Go on.
Do you start Cavani now going forward?
No.
Either Harry, do you start Cavani? You don't like him, but do you start?
No. Absolutely not.
I think he works.
After that game, I probably would.
I think
assist and 2 goals. Why not?
I think he works better as an impact player.
Okay.
Just off the bench,
due to his age, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, you can't score 2 goals though, and then keep him on the bench. I do understand that, but I think when did he get? Did he start this game?
No.
No, when did he come
on?
And
if he does start, they're not going to play with the intensity they played with when they're 2-0 down.
Exactly.
So it might not play in as well, but
yeah, very true.
You never know what Solskjaer's going to do.
I still fancy him over Martial, personally, if I'm United. But yeah, I don't know. I think I wouldn't be surprised if he starts, but I also wouldn't be surprised if Ollie's like, nah.
Yeah.
I don't know about Ollie. I think he's probably got to go, but we don't need to talk about that right now. A game that I personally thought was going to be awesome, and it kind of was awesome, just no goals. Chelsea-Tottenham.
Yeah.
Some good chances from both teams, but yeah, just needed. I mean, obviously Chelsea had the goal disallowed, the Werner goal disallowed, rightfully so. I think from what I saw. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts on that. But,
no, I didn't really get anything from that one.
But yeah, no, it was just. I think it's better so for Tottenham. This result than Chelsea. I think Tottenham will come a point from Stamford Bridge. You look at that, you're like, all right, I'll take that. That's calm. Chelsea, I think, will be disappointed. Like drawing with Tottenham at home. I think that's a game where I think for the last probably decade they've looked at going into that game like, yeah, that's 3 points we have to get, and it's just obviously didn't come to fruition this year. But I don't know. I think both teams still heavily in the title fight. I don't think this has really changed that at all. Obviously, no.
I think the draw makes sense really to me. You look at both teams. Chelsea have, I think, had the most clean sheets so far, and I think with the putting in Chilwell as well, it's adding a bit more depth into their squad. I think they would balance out that Tottenham, who have a lot going forward, but then again Chelsea, the amount of money they spent on their forwards is a bit. Kind of expected them to dominate the league this year, and when you look at that fixture and you go, Chelsea at home playing Spurs, you think, okay, Spurs could get a few here, but I think Chelsea could get it. And you see a 0-0, it sort of is a bit disappointing, but I think I can understand that, really. Getting a 0-0, two teams pretty much should be top of their prime at the moment. A 0-0 kind of just explains that they equal each other out.
I think it's a better result for Tottenham, actually, than it is for Chelsea. Like you say, with the amount of money Chelsea has spent on their attack, they didn't manage to score any goals.
Yeah.
Against Tottenham's defence, which is decent, but it's not the best defence in the world.
Not at all. They had Rodon starting this game.
Really?
The young kid they bought from Swansea or wherever. He started this game as centre back. You got him and Aurier in that back line, and Chelsea couldn't score. That is crazy. I mean, no Kai Havertz still. I do wonder if Chelsea fans may regret that signing of Kai Havertz.
Wasted money, or
I don't know, because I don't know where he fits.
Yeah.
Especially now Pulisic is coming back.
And Mount has shown that he's not just a one-season wonder from last year. He's actually a player going forward for Chelsea and hopefully for England as well. So, yeah, I just don't know. I think they might come to really regret that signing, maybe, and maybe would have thought of looking elsewhere.
Yeah, but Chelsea haven't really been a team to worry about spending money and just buying just a lot of players.
Yeah.
Especially in this transfer window.
True. I mean, Abramovich don't really care, does he?
No, not at all. So I think, unless the players want to play football, which I'm hoping they do, they'll either leave Chelsea or they'll just flop at Chelsea because they're not getting played. Because
I think Chelsea did what they had to do this summer, because it seemed like there was a big gap emerging between Liverpool, City and everyone else.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to wait too long and be left behind. So don't worry, actually, their team's still gelling. They're playing pretty well. So, I mean, there's a lot
they are playing really
to be
well,
happy with, but I mean, they'll be disappointed they couldn't score. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
I think everyone just expected them to just dominate and just be just a big threat, and they haven't really lived up to that, really.
No, I think going forward they haven't lived up to what we thought we were going, but that's our fault maybe more than anything. But at the back they look just so much better. I mean, Frank got a lot of stick last season about not being able to coach a defensive team, but I think that's just because he just didn't have the players. You had the biggest fraud of football of all time in between your sticks. So, like, what are you supposed to do with that? Do you know what I mean? Like, I understand now he's got a solid goalkeeper. He's got a centre back that can actually lead the line. He's got both of his wing backs his right back and his left back are incredible players. I think Chelsea, they're defensively, they shouldn't have too many problems. It's just going forward. I think that's where they could have problems. Who plays? Who is their creative guy? Because you got Ziyech as well now. Ziyech, Pulisic, Mount, Werner, Havertz. I mean, Loftus-Cheek. I think Loftus-Cheek's gone next year. I think permanently. I think he's gone. I actually really hope Palace look and pick him up.
You're saying back to Palace.
Oh God, I would love that more than anything.
They got so many like good options that it's like they're all going to want game time, and none of them are going to be able to get an extended run in the team enough to like properly find form the way like Harry Kane and even Son do.
Yeah, exactly.
So it could be a problem for them. They need a slightly smaller squad, I think, if anything.
Yeah, or just like a distinct difference between the starters and the bench. Do you know what I mean? Like Liverpool have. Well, I guess Jota's starting to blur those lines quite a bit. But like Liverpool, you when you look at the Liverpool team, you sort of have your starting team at the core, don't you? Yeah. And then you have your impact subs. Everyone has a role on that team, even on the bench, and that's why they're winning.
It's a team you can understand if one player's out. You're like, okay, well, so and so is going to come in, fill in, and you can create.
But you understand that they're just there to fill in. They're not there to then take that starting spot. They're there to fill in.
Like Oxlade-Chamberlain,
right?
He's not going to start. He'll start some games like here or there, but he is a player that comes
Shaqiri
on.
as well.
Shaqiri, yeah, exactly.
Origi,
they know their place in the squad and they're happy with it.
Origi's probably the best example for that team.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
He's a player that could be starting in the Premier League probably.
Yeah.
For a team that might not do too well, but still he's a decent player. But God, actually, I can't talk.
Well.
I really can't. I always talk about strikers, and I'm like, I actually can't talk because we ain't got any.
That's true.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think both actually great result. I think good result for Tottenham. Chelsea will be pretty disappointed, I think, after this result. And,
definitely.
But they're both still right there with Liverpool, with Leicester, I suppose.
Yes.
Right there in the title race, and City obviously coming back into things now. But one we got, one where I got the result right, just not the score. Wolves 2-1 against Arsenal.
I got it right. I got this one right. No, you got it right. You said 1-0.
You got it wrong, mate.
Did I say 1-0? I thought we had Arsenal losing, but that a draw.
Well, we and H did.
I got a big 3 points for that one.
Oh, what? You got the actual score?
Oh, you actually got the score.
Oh, Jesus.
Dang.
All right.
This is the only other game that anyone got points on. It was Man City Burnley. We all got 1 point for. This one, me and Alf both got points for, and then all the other games, no one got anything.
So Mark's on 1 point. I'm on 2, and you're on 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Sick. What a
out of a potential combined 90 points, we've got 7.
Oh, so bad.
I'm so sorry if you listen to this podcast. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so Arsenal Wolves. H, you wanted to say something before we get into this, I think.
Yes. I'm sure you've probably both seen the Raul Jimenez incident.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously awful. Like, goes without saying, like, I hope he recovers quickly. Fantastic, exciting player. From what I've seen, really nice bloke. What did you make of the challenge?
I don't know. It's a bit of a.
Yeah, I think it just happened.
It's nothing dirty, I don't think, from David Luiz. But I don't know. I just don't think it's one of the things that could have been avoided.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I would agree with that. David Luiz, despite being like a renowned bull in a china shop, a man who can't control his body at all.
Yeah.
I definitely don't. It wasn't intending to.
No, not at all.
He's the kind of player who, if he would go for the ball, he would miss and hit someone's head. But he was genuinely going for the ball because he's trash. I'm calling you out, David Luiz. Let's have a boxing match.
I'm sure he'll listen. He's listening.
But no, bless him. Like, that's not nice when you accidentally do something like that to someone. But,
of course.
I was reading up on the recovery time. People don't know how long he's going to be out for, and it's such a rare injury. The only 2 notable cases of it in Premier League history are Petr Cech, probably the most famous one.
Yeah.
He recovered and had an incredible career still.
Yeah.
And Ryan Mason, who actually ended up having to retire.
He retired, didn't he? At Hull, wasn't he?
Yeah. But from what I read, the skull bone itself could be recovered in 6 weeks.
Okay.
Which is good, but there will also be a separate brain tissue injury underneath that, which could take any amount of time to fix. Could be the end of his career. You never know.
So do you know? So do you know
that would be horrible.
What specifically happened then? Obviously he hit his head, but what happened under there? Do you know?
I don't know. I don't think they've fully released it. It's a fracture. It's a fracture.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay.
Which apparently is not a particularly bad fracture.
Okay.
And should heal, but they don't know what's going to happen with the brain. So they've got to take as much time as they need with it, obviously. It's disappointing, obviously, important player. And most importantly, just hope he's healthy and all right going forward. But
well, we all, I'd say for all of us, we wish Jimenez a speedy recovery and hope that he's doing all right. But
also, it was nice to see Nuno just give David Luiz a little pat on the back afterwards. Don't worry about it, mate.
It's
happens,
football.
It?
It's football. It's a contact sport. It's a physical sport. Stuff like this is going to happen. You know what I mean? So, it's unfortunate. I really hope he does get to finish his career because he is one of the most exciting strikers in the Premier League. He's one of the best ones that we have in the Premier League. And for such an exciting team like Wolves as well, it just, I just really feel for Wolves fans and obviously Jimenez and his family. But, I mean, they got the win, which is an upside. And they look good. look good without Jimenez as well. They still look like a good squad that I think will definitely take the charge to the top 6 this year again.
Yeah.
But well, they might replace. I guess they're going to replace City. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, did you any thoughts on this match, boys? Apart from obviously the Jimenez injury.
Well, Podence's goal.
Oh, what a finish!
Badass moment of the week. That little flick.
Oh yeah.
Having the audacity away at Arsenal to do that, hilarious. I love it. Just efficient performance from Wolves. They got it done.
Yeah, they look good. Arsenal are bad. I mean, they got the goal. Bad. They got the goal, so they have now scored a goal in like the last however long. But
who got the goal?
Gabriel got the goal, I think, didn't
he?
Have you guys still seen me all right? Because my screen's got a bit.
You've
gone black, mate.
We can hear you fine. But
you can hear me fine. All right. Well, I'm going to try and quickly fix that. Should we have a quick break while I try and fix
it? Man.
Technical issues.
Be right back.
Technical difficulties.
Okay, so welcome back, everyone. Sorry about that. We had a little technical difficulty on my part. My camera died, so I just had to refresh that real quick. But we are back. We were talking about the Wolves-Arsenal game. I think we'll leave it where we were. But for the next one, Fulham got an unbelievable result against Leicester, eh?
Yeah, much needed win.
They scored a penalty.
Nice.
Yeah, great. Who'd
have thunk it? But it was a great penalty, to be fair. But Leicester. Whoa, bloody hell, what's happened to them?
I know they really should have came back with a win there. Let's be honest. What did we have it down for?
I had it as a 2-0 Leicester win.
We all put Leicester were going to win and Fulham weren't going to score.
Oh,
Jesus.
Wow. That's one of the worst stinkers for us this week.
Worse than the
Fulham have actually proved that they can threaten teams, and that's a big win for them. So I mean, they've obviously heard all the criticisms. They've seen Paddy Power paying out on them getting relegated. They've taken it personally, and fair play. Like they've actually shown they could potentially have the minerals to survive. So
I'm more convinced from these guys than I am from West Brom. I really am. I think Fulham. I think they could have something about them. They've shown some real fighting spirit. I love Scotty Parker. His
had a great game, didn't he?
What Alex sent to the chat earlier was unbelievable. The Streets rendition of Scott Parker doing his post-match interview. Unbelievable stuff. But he sounds incredible over beat. What can I say? But I think Fulham have proven something this weekend, and Leicester have sort of proven something this weekend. Maybe they're just all smoke and mirrors in terms of how good they are. Do you know what I mean? They do it, but then they just don't have. Maybe they just don't have enough. I mean, they didn't have Soyuncu in this game, which is obviously a big loss for them. He was so integral to that defense last year with Johnny Evans. So and obviously losing. Who else did they lose? They lost Chilwell. Go at the back. So obviously that's proving bigger than maybe some people thought.
I think they're a team that relies on confidence a lot, and so if they have one bad game, maybe it can throw them off for a little while. Like after lockdown, they were useless.
Oh, they were. They were.
They were comfortably third before the first lockdown started, and then after the restart, they started stinking for a while. But I still think they've got enough in there to challenge the top 4 this season, definitely. But
top 4, you think?
Yeah, they need to cut out games like that they had at the weekend.
Yeah, where do you see, if you've got City set under the not in the top 7 mark, where have you got Leicester?
Oh, top 4.
Okay, nice. I just want to make sure. I don't see them getting top 4 this year. I think personally my top 4, not in any order, is going to be Liverpool, Tottenham, Chelsea, and City. I think that's who my top 4 is going to be. But the results like this is not a team that can do anything, do some real damage in the league. Do you know what I mean? You can't be doing this if you're gonna win the league, essentially, or come top 4. I don't think. I mean, they might, if they now just put this behind them and do not get a result like this for the rest of the season, then they can make top 4, I suppose. But is that Leicester? Is that the Leicester we know, or is this the Leicester we know will be affected by this? going forward?
More than likely expected, I think.
Leicester definitely have the ability to come top 4 without question. They've got the ability, but I think this probably will affect them.
Yeah, Harvey Barnes is great finish from Harvey Barnes. Again, he's proving to be a very good player for Leicester going forward. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. But I think if they have one too many more results like this, then I don't think they can be taken very seriously. Yeah. All right. Have you guys got anything more to add to that one, or are we done?
Nothing for me, no.
Yeah. All right. Well, West Ham Villa 2-1 West Ham. I didn't actually watch this game at all. I'm not gonna lie. I did see Grealish's goal.
Quite a lot. That one.
Yeah, I did see Grealish's goal. I didn't see it. Well, I realised it took a deflection before I saw it took a deflection. I was like, oh, what a goal that was! Unbelievable player. Obviously took a deflection, so it's a bit less, but still fair play.
The build-up was still sick. Yeah.
Yeah. What did you? Any of you guys see the game at all?
No, I didn't.
I watched the highlights earlier.
Nice.
Villa had like a late equaliser ruled out for a very questionable VAR offside.
Okay.
I mean, Watkins was technically offside, but he was being made to be offside because the defender was like holding him and like basically pushed his head offside. And then it got ruled out.
It was more of a foul, really, than anything.
Yeah, it was fully a foul. It was laughable, absolutely laughable, and Villa have rightfully criticised VAR since.
Oh, of course.
But also, West Ham are doing well. They're actually still doing well this season. So
not as bad as I thought they would do, seeing all the other teams doing as well. They are doing. I think West Ham are overperforming, if anything.
I'm still just so salty about the fact they signed Ben Rama and we didn't. I hate West Ham. But I'm not even going to talk about them. I don't even watch the game, but I hate them. After Villa though, I am been impressed by Villa so far this season. I think the addition of Ollie Watkins has been huge for them, and Ross Barkley as well. I think if they can look for next season to sign it, because it's a loan, isn't it, this year from Chelsea?
Yeah.
I believe. So I think if they can look to make that permanent next summer, maybe a Grealish replacement, permanent one, who will probably be snapped up at some point soon if he wants to go. I think obviously he's shown that he loves Villa and wants to be at Villa, but I think there will be a time where he's like, I've got to push on if I want to.
Where would you guys see him going?
Funnily enough, Arsenal fans saying that Grealish was not good enough to play for Arsenal. He would transform that team.
He's such a creative player.
It's exactly what they don't have.
Exactly.
Because of Mesut Ozil not being in the squad.
I'll take him at Palace. Whatever.
That is fully your catchphrase.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll take him at Palace. I mean, I'd say about any player. I'll take him at Palace. But
except the players you do have. No, I think he'd be a good fit for someone like Tottenham.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I like that.
Consistent, creative midfielder. They could use one.
I can see him at Liverpool.
Yeah.
But anyone can fit into that Liverpool team and be sick. So
fair enough.
I mean, yeah. I think yeah. Well, I think Jota will come in more permanently now. I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they don't really need him, I suppose. But yeah. All right. So I guess we're going to get into sort of the main bulk of this episode. I suppose it won't be as long as what we've just done, but it is sort of what we're the main subject around, and we're doing our top 10 transfers from the summer. Who's impressing the most, really?
How do we want to do this? Because I've done mine from like obviously 1 to 2, 1 being what I think is the best transfer to the worst transfer is what I've done.
Okay,
I've just written 10 names down.
Fair enough.
Okay, I've written them in an order. I did think about this as well. So
we don't have to. Do we want to? Shall I just go first?
You can go first if you want.
Okay, yeah. I'll go from worst, as in.
Go on, Mark.
Yeah, go from worst.
Number 10. So
yeah,
I don't. I did think about mine, right? But the way I looked at it was what their potential could be, how much they were bought for, and what they've done so far, which varies quite a bit with some of these players. So number 10, we've got KWP. No, sorry, we've got Cavani at 10. Free transfer.
Okay.
Free transfer.
Cavani.
Yeah, he's an experienced player. Free transfer.
Right.
They cost him nothing, and recently 2 goals against a Southampton team that aren't that bad.
I'm not gonna lie. I considered
10.
putting him in mine.
He's at
He's not
10.
in mine. He's not even honourable mention.
I considered putting him in mine because it was free and the experience he's got. But then I remembered I hate him, so I
All right, that's where that's right.
not to put him on the list.
Personal bias getting in the way.
Of course, it'll
Love
happen
it.
consistently.
I love it.
Bias will get involved consistently throughout this, I think.
Yeah.
And then number 9, I've got KWP. Just
I've actually got him down as well.
He's just the consistent.
I ain't got Walker Peters either. Is that a 9? Sorry.
That's 9. Yeah, that's 9.
Okay. Do you want to do our 10s?
Oh yeah, all right. Yeah.
Okay, so I've got 2 at 10.
Oh.
Just because they're the same, they're sort of in the same situation. I've got Thiago and Kai Havertz at 10.
Okay.
Because they're both fantastic players that but just haven't really had the time to do anything right now.
That's fair.
But yeah, so I got them 2 at 10. I think Thiago, obviously, we know what he's about. Havertz is a bit more. We've got a bit more to see from him, as he is quite young. But Thiago, we know what we're going to get. We know he is one of the best midfielders in the world. So. But he hasn't been on the pitch, so I couldn't put him any higher than 10. But I wanted to get him in here because he deserves to be. I thought he deserved to be on this list. But yeah, so they're my 10s. H, what you got?
Well, I don't really have an order, so I'm gonna pick them randomly as I see fit.
Go ahead.
But Mark said Kyle Walker-Peters already, and I do also have him. I think it's a good signing for the future for Southampton. He seems to be fitting in well already. It could end up being another one of those players they sell on to Liverpool, or it could be there for a long time. But either way, I think it's a good signing, good statement of intent.
Yeah,
Mark, do you have anything to say on him?
Or Kyle Walker-Peters? Yeah, I think he is a great player, and he has actually a lot more potential to be even better. And I think the amount he can contribute to Southampton, he'll have a much bigger impact, I think, in the next few seasons if he holds out the way he's going.
Yeah, he's not on my list, but I do really like him as a player. Was he your number 9?
He was my number 9. So I've done my number 10, which was Cavani, and my number 9
will
be at C.
Okay, so my number 9 is Gabriel.
I've got him as well. Yeah.
I think they're still not great, right? But he has definitely improved that back line for sure. And going forward as well, he's got a couple goals already this season.
I mean, he offers something to the team. I don't know how good a defender he is, but he's got 2 goals already, and that's something that.
Defender. I think he is a good defender. I just think the rest of that back line is so bad that
what's around
it doesn't really have a chance to be consistent or steady. But I think that going forward, he is someone that has to stay in that team for Arsenal. He's fantastic. But yeah, so he's my number 9. So H, who's your number 9?
Oh yeah, I'll say Gabriel as well then.
Okay.
Yeah, you got him as well.
Who have you got?
8. I put Eze for Palace.
Woo!
Because picked up for 16 million, and the potential that he shows in a team that he can pretty much start if it goes the right way. I just think, it's more than likely that if he continues the way he's going, that he'll get picked up by a bigger team. If not, will be probably one of Palace's main players, probably in the starting squad consistently going forward. But yeah, Eze, number 8.
I appreciate you, man. I haven't got him in mind, unfortunately. He's an honourable mention, but I mean, he hasn't played enough for me at the moment for me to put him in there.
But that's why he's so low, because great buy, very, very cheap, but has actually impressed for the amount he's been bought.
Yeah, no, I appreciate the love, the Palace love. And he's a baller. He is a baller, and he's going to be a fantastic player. I'm really looking forward to seeing what he can bring into this team. As long as we actually play him where he's supposed to play. As long as we do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so for my 8, I've got Pierre-Emile Højbjerg from Tottenham. Like that pronunciation there.
Did you Google it?
No, I actually was listening to a podcast earlier and they said it. So yeah, that's how. Yeah, now I'd say it now. I was saying Hojberg.
Yeah, I've also got Hojberg. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I think he's one of the most underrated signings of the summer, because he has brought so much stability and sort of like, he's such a dog as well. Do you know what I mean? Like in that midfield, so he's actually someone that Tottenham have been begging for. You know, someone that is not, you know, a bit of a fanny, I suppose. Do you know what I mean? Like just a bit soft. He's not a soft guy. Do you know what I mean? He's
gets stuck in there, gets the ball,
passes it out. Does a bit of everything.
That's it, mate. He's not like, obviously after watching the Tottenham documentary, he does sort of it did show that they were lacking a real like fighting mentality, if you know what I mean. And I think that he is a signing that can change that for sure.
With the way they play, especially how heavy they are and like good they are at counter attacks. He's someone who will bridge the gap between getting the ball out of defence quickly, and he can pass it on quickly to Son, whatever, who just goes on 60-yard run and scores like he always does. Yeah, great signing, I think. Was it a free as well? No, I don't think it was.
Nah. I think it was like 30 odd mil.
Or was it a swap with Walker Peters, maybe?
No, I don't think so. Let me have a look.
It wasn't free. I know it wasn't free.
No, I think it was
free.
I think it was like 30 odd mil.
Oh, bloody hell.
Oh no.
Was it free?
It was 15 million with add-ons taken up to 19. That's a fantastic bit.
Yeah, good.
That's a crazy bit, actually. Yeah, he's my number 8. H, what are you got? Are you going to go with Hojberg as well?
Hojberg, yeah, Hojberg.
Okay, I'm mispronouncing it, obviously. But Mark, who you got for 7, man?
Ziyech.
Ooh, okay.
I think needs more minutes under the belt, but considering where he's come from, what he's done, I don't think the price tag's a joke. But
what was it, 30 or 35 mil?
Something. But I can't remember the exact. I was meant to write down. One of the few people who I think it was
35.
But that's crazy. That's a crazy buy.
Exactly. Considering the price and sort of his potential as well. The only problem is, how is he going to get
40 million
minutes?
euros?
How is he going to get those minutes at the moment? But wow, he is. But yeah, number 7, I think Ziyech, because you know he's been good for Chelsea, but I think needs more minutes. So
he was a big part of that Ajax team that got to the semi-finals of the Champions League.
Definitely. Yeah, he's a phenomenal player. I really like him. I've got him higher up, so I'm gonna say my bit about him when I get there. I suppose.
Yeah.
For 7th, I've got Sergio Reguilon. Reguilon. Okay, Reguilon. Sergio Reguilon. I don't know how to say his name, evidently, but
Reguilon.
He is. I really like what he's bought. He is literally something that Tottenham needed, and they bought what they needed. Good player, good going forward, good going back. I think he's a lot better than what they were having with like Danny Rose and was it Ben Davies as well on the left. Just a bit better, much better than them two, I think personally.
A bit more reliable, I think. I see him.
Yeah, for sure. He's a Real Madrid prospect that has been winning since before he came to Tottenham. He was winning the Europa League with Sevilla. Do you know what I mean? Like he's a player that has played at some of the highest clubs in the world already as well, at the highest level, I suppose. Europa League's a big level, you know, winning that's decent.
It's a lot of pressure.
Well, more than Tottenham's done. So, you know, he's got more experience in that. So, I think he's a good signing. I just think they needed him, they got him. There's nothing wrong with it. Do you know what I mean? I think
solid. I think, I agree.
That's left back for quite some time.
H.
Yeah. It's the first time I haven't matched with any of those. I don't have either of them on mine. So I'm going to pick a random one. Actually, I'll just get Diogo Jota out of the way. Great signing. He hit the ground running. He slotted in seamlessly to that Liverpool team, better than even people thought he would.
Yeah.
Great bit of business. Not much else to say about it.
I mean, I've got a lot more to say, but I'll get to that when I get.
He's higher up for me.
He's a bit higher up on the list.
I'll touch on him then as well.
I wish I'd ordered them now.
So for 6,
I put Castagni. Just purely.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that's an absolute stinker, mate.
Really?
I'm not gonna lie, that's terrible.
He's been fairly solid for Leicester.
For Leicester,
yeah.
Oh no, I think you've had an absolute. That's a Man City fucking prediction. That.
All right. Is that a thing
No.
now?
Yeah, I think so. Okay, no, I want to hear it. Okay, sorry.
I didn't put anything down. I just was like, oh yeah, no,
Oh.
he's one of the
He
one of the
couldn't even find a reason to excuse it.
he's one of the 2 players I didn't put any like information down on. I was like, oh yeah, Castagni, he's in my team. He's got me a lot of FPL points. He's there with the clean sheets. Yeah, he's done really well this year.
Okay.
I'm gonna have a quick look at what he's done for me.
Okay.
He's got you back down to second. That's what he's done.
Yeah, I know, that's terrible. Well, he hasn't played the last 2 games. I've just been putting him on. Readable, what? That's off of Spurs. It's a nightmare. But yeah, who's your 6, Alfie?
So my 6 is James Rodriguez.
Okay.
Who I think he's been wicked so far. He's definitely brought in a lot more. That midfield for Everton last year was pretty bad, and they brought in Alan, Decore, and Rodriguez. I could have put all 3 of them in this list, to be fair, but James, I think he's just quality, isn't he? There were some people that I think were doubting him coming into this, like coming to Everton, or like his intentions, maybe like his mentality. Does he want to win? Does he want to be at the best clubs? But I think he just wants to play football. Play football under a manager that he really likes. Obviously,
Ancelotti loves
Ancelotti. Him to Real Madrid. Ancelotti then bought him to Bayern Munich when he was at Bayern Munich, and now he's bought him to Everton. So, I think it was a great bit of business. Obviously, I think they got him for free. I think they literally got him for free. So
it's the modern day Harry Redknapp and Nico Kranjčar.
It was 20 million.
Yeah, basically, but just like way better.
It was 20 million for Rodriguez.
20 million. 20 million.
I mean, you look at that.
5 years ago, you'd be like, all right, 150 million,
yeah,
basically. Well, I mean, he didn't go for that when he went to Madrid, but I'm just exaggerating. But I think he's a great signing. I think he's shown that he is still a very world-class player, essentially, for Everton. He's injected some real quality and creativity into that squad that really needed it going forward. And I think if he stays at Everton and they keep Ancelotti, I think that really good things are going to happen for him. I think Liverpool could have a bit of problem there with their Merseyside brothers.
I've also got Rodriguez. I think nice. It's a brilliant statement of intent, but not just Rodriguez, but Ancelotti as well. Just if you'd said to anyone a year ago, "Oh yeah, Everton are about to get Carlo Ancelotti and James Rodriguez," you'd be like, you'd laugh them out of the room. You would.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Their transfer history.
Yeah, exactly. Fantastic. Well, I mean, for the price they got Balassi, they could have got 2.5 Rodriguez's. But yeah,
great business for Palace.
He's fit in very well immediately.
Yeah, he's wicked. Being Castagna. Okay, we have to move on. But
bring that up with me again.
I have 5. Mark, who have you got at 5? Please be better than Castagna.
Chilwell.
Oh, I've got Chilwell at 5 as well.
Yeah, Chilwell.
I have him on my list also. So let's just.
Yeah, no, he.
The Chilwell round.
If you look at some of the stats, 11 games, 4 clean sheets, throw in a couple of assists, and he's a solid player for Chelsea.
And a goal.
Yeah, and a goal. I don't really think you can really argue with that, really.
Nah, he's definitely one of the best left backs we've got in the league now. I think rightfully so. Last season he was a little bit underwhelming, I'd say, for Leicester, but I think
much more potent
being at Leicester rather than being at Chelsea.
He's just a consistent player, I think. In general.
Yeah.
He doesn't dazzle much, but he's very consistent.
He's so good going forward. Oh my god, going forward, he is world class at going forward, man. I think he's got to start for England. I think Chilwell on that left back role or left wing back, however we decide to show up. But I think Chilwell, unbelievable player. 60 mil? I think around about 60 mil. I think that's not bad when you look that like City bought Mendy for 50 odd. When you look at that,
I don't think there was much risk of Chilwell failing. I think he's a sort of player who just said to get on with it.
Chelsea got their left back for like the next probably 8 to 10 years if they can keep hold of him. So fair play to him. Fair play.
50 mil for Chilwell.
Oh, that's calm. That's fine. They're getting better at their transfers. 50 mil for Torres rather than 50 mil for Chilwell. That is way better. So I rate it. H, you got anything to say?
No, you pretty much said it all. Solid transfer.
Yeah, wicked transfer business. But who's your number 4?
4, I have Ollie Watkins.
Oh, yeah, I really
came from Brentford, I believe.
Yeah.
28 mil. We've got 10 games, 4 goals. And I think a couple of those came against Liverpool.
Yeah, he could have more than that as well. If
I think
exactly. Was it a hat trick that day? It was a perfect hat trick he got that day.
Oh, it was a hat trick. Yeah, he got a hat trick. Yeah, all right. I think he's a great transfer, especially for the price. He's in the right team. I just think it was a good buy, really. At the end of the day.
Yeah, no, I think Ollie Watkins didn't make it on my list, but I can. He's an honourable mention. I really wanted to put him on the list, and maybe looking at it, I could have rejigged a couple of things to get him on. But not quite Castagna. So, I think he's a great player. I just, I think going forward, I'm just another player that Palace could have signed, and we didn't. It's just getting heartbreaking at this point. But
I definitely think he's got potential, but I don't know about that price tag. I think
no. You think it's too much?
Well,
he's starting to live up to it.
Especially the people who sell people at Brentford over the last 10 years have done excellently. They've got so much money for certain players. Yeah. Like Scott Hogan, I can't remember how much Villa signed him for, 12 million or whatever.
Yeah,
he just did nothing. But you said 4 goals in 10 games.
Yeah.
3 of them were against Liverpool, so that's 8 games he hasn't scored in. I think he's got potential. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you put it like that, I suppose it is a little bit different, isn't it? I haven't really thought about it like that.
But
he's better than.
I couldn't justify putting him in my top 10.
Okay. Fair enough. Who have you got for your? Is it me next, isn't it? Oh, sorry. Yeah. I've got Ziyech, and I actually think I may have put him a little bit higher, but I mean, just like Mark said, fantastic player, unbelievable talent coming from Ajax.
Yeah, you can't lie what he has done already.
And he just the way he puts the ball in the box is unreal, man. Like he's a quality player, and I think going forward, I think he is going to be. I mean, he's like 25 already, so he is obviously, he's not exactly like a 22-year-old that's coming out that's really shiny, but I still think he has obviously a lot to give this Chelsea team. And for the price tag they paid for him, it's just no argument. What a player! I think quality signing. Nice. H, what about you, mate?
I don't have either of those, so I'm going to throw in another wild card answer. You may have him on the list. You may not. Edouard Mendy. Just for the fact that it means they don't have to play Kepa anymore. If anything else, that's the main reason he's made my top 10.
That's the reason why he's my number 1.
He's so solid keeper. He is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might as well just talk about him.
Somebody to spend money on him.
Yeah, I might as well just talk about him here real quick. Edouard Mendy, quality player. My reason is that they now don't have to play Kepa. They actually have a very quality keeper with Mendy. 8 or 9 clean sheets now for Chelsea, and it's
ridiculous.
Since starting this season, he's made that back line so much better, and I think he's one of them keepers that I think if within the next few years we could see him as like top 3 keepers in the world. I think
it takes a lot off the defenders,
right?
Of the centre back's mind, but yeah.
Goalie.
Yeah, because otherwise, with someone like Kepa in goal, the form he was on, you're going to feel like I have to make an intervention here. Otherwise, anything can happen.
I need to get out of position or something to then.
Yeah. Or I need to make a rash challenge or whatever.
Yeah, it's just not what you need. So I think that's why he's obviously we're skipping forward a bit, but he's my number 1 Edouard Mendy, because I think just from what they needed and who he was replacing, the level is crazy at how much better they've gotten since he's come in. I think it's quality. So who have you got for 3, Mark?
Well, we've already spoken about him, but I put Rodriguez up there just purely for how much his entry to the team seems to have turned around that Everton side. I think Calvert-Lewin has always been that good of a player, but since Rodriguez came in, I think has given a player like Calvert-Lewin a bit more confidence that he's going to get the ball and he's going to get delivered the ball in the at the right
he's turned
space.
Calvert-Lewin into an unbelievable striker.
Exactly. So the impact he's had on the team is outstanding, and I think for 20 mil, that is just unbelievable. I mean,
we signed Eze for basically going up to 20 mil. And I know Eze is going to be a great player, but how much Rodriguez?
Yeah, I know. I mean, it was a tough one. I think I probably have underestimated Rodriguez here, putting him at 3.
Oh, I mean, I had him at 6. I mean,
I know.
No, but great signing.
Great signing. I think, we've spoken enough about him. So, that's Rodriguez.
All right, I don't think this guy's on either of yours list, and I'm really surprised. Ruben Diaz, I've got a 3. I think that he's quality. I think he's really, really good player. And next to Laporte going forward, that centre-back duo is just that is going to be crazy. I don't think he's going to be what Vincent Kompany was for City in terms of like legacy and everything. But as a player, I think he could be as good on the pitch as what Kompany was going for. He's still really young. He's like 23 or 22.
I've not seen enough of him yet. I mean, also, it's hard for me to say, Man City signing a defender is going to be the top 10 best transfers.
No, that's fair enough.
I'm sure he probably will be a good player, but like the fact that they've signed so many defenders in the last few years has taken a bit off the fact that this is probably a good signing.
True.
Yeah, fair enough. I've just think from what I've seen of him, he's just shored up that back line quite nicely, and he. If they can get some consistency in who's starting in that back line, then I think they'll see some vast improvement in their results at the back. I'm hoping that Kompany comparison isn't going to come back to bite me on the arse, but we will see. H, who have you got a 3, man?
I've tried to save ones for the end that I think you guys might not have. To keep it interesting. So I'm going to say Thiago Silva.
No, I didn't have Thiago Silva here. I was going to put him in, but
he's one of my honourable mentions.
I think a free transfer. I mean, he's not played every game so far, but I mean, Chelsea's defence is already, like we've said it already, like it's way better than last season.
Oh yeah.
I think even if he's not playing, having someone like him with the career he's had, the experience he's got, just in and around the training ground, working with your defenders, it's already making a big difference, and for free as well.
Yeah. I mean, you get a winner like that. He's just a winner. That's what he is. He's a winner. That's all he's ever done in football is win. So
you saw how Brazil fell apart after he got injured at the World Cup. Him and
exactly Neymar. Right. Exactly. So I think that's a great shout. To be fair, I just don't have him in this list, unfortunately. Mark, who's your number 2, my man?
Number 2. Okay, so I thought about this one slightly differently. Because we've been going by how much have they been. Usually I was like, okay, how much have they been bought for? What have they offered? Their impact. But my number 2 is Timo Werner. Very underwhelming start at Chelsea.
Yeah.
As far as I can remember, everyone who was anyone had Timo in their FPL team game with club, and kind of didn't do much. But I think
he's played well. He just hasn't scored already. Well.
No, exactly. Yeah, but
his movement is phenomenal.
Exactly. He is a prodigy up front. He is one of the biggest threats going forward at the moment. And I mean, 100 mil plus. I think it was 103 million. I think he got picked up for. It's a big price tag, but I don't. He's not overrated in that price. I think. Especially, I think
not on the market now.
Not on the market, no. Where he was picking up 28 goals in a season last season or something like that. It's just ridiculous.
I mean, he's a top 5 striker in the world. I think it's easy. I think it's
he's definitely.
I think he's top 5. I think he's knocking on the door really
14
soon.
games, 7 goals, and a portion of that was spent not actually scoring. And considering he actually did get assists going with that.
I was going to say, I feel like he has racked up a few assists.
Yeah, exactly. He has racked up a few assists, but considering
him and Tammy's combination 1-2 punch is looking really nice up top for Chelsea.
Ridiculous, and that's why I think number 2.
Nice. I've got your boy Diogo Jota at number 2. The only reason he's not number 1 is because they had to get that. Kepa is so bad. Yeah, that's the only reason Jota's number 1. I think what you paid for him. I don't think there's not one person out there that thought it was a bad signing.
No,
I just don't think anyone thought that he was going to do what he's doing.
Well, he's basically
so quick
turned that front three around. So
mate, like
Firmino could come off, and we go right. We've got Jota. It's like great, like nothing's changed.
I see Mane. I still think Mane's gonna end up going somewhere else within the next couple of years for sure. And now I think that process might be sped up a little bit. That you've got someone like Jota who is quite a bit younger than Mane.
Because Jota can do it on the wing as well. He proved
He's a workhorse. He's a workhorse.
Yeah, I think I have a theory about him. I personally think, because I know obviously Liverpool fans love Fernando Torres, and hold Torres quite, highly. I think Jota is going to be regarded in a higher tier than Torres is.
I mean, he's had
Liverpool. Genuinely, I think
unbelievable start.
That good of a player that he could play anywhere across that front three. He's going to make. If you got Firmino, Jota and Salah there, that's I think that's I love Mane, but I don't. Is that just as good at this point right now? I don't know.
Mane is their best player.
Mane on a
I still think Salah's their best player.
I agree with Alfie.
I still think Salah's their baller. He's their main guy.
He's the man. He gets.
I think Mane turned up for the big crucial 1-0 wins last year.
Yeah.
A lot.
I mean, I do love Mane. It's not me saying that Mane is just shit or anything.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Mane is amazing.
Yeah, he's a wicked player, but
Salah's shit.
Oh, Alf, I've lost you.
No, Jay. They're both obviously probably the best two wings in the Prem. I don't think that's hard to.
Let me replace my battery. You guys keep going. I'll replace my battery real quick.
All right.
Fair enough. Jota is actually, I know I'm skipping a little bit here. Jota is actually my number one since we're talking about him. Number one transfer, 12 games, 9 goals, 45 million. I mean, for that price.
9 goals already.
9. This is across. This is, I think.
Yeah, Champions League as well.
This EFL, yeah. So, I just think 9 goals for your club.
Yeah, that's
45 mil, and you're not even like starting every game. Do you know what I mean?
He wasn't signed to be a starter.
No, not at all. He was signed to be a backup Firmino. Yeah. And he's really coming into that role, going, okay, if the team isn't really getting forward and Firmino can't break down that team, just bring Jota on, because Jota will push through. He will get those balls. We saw it. I can't remember what game it is, where he was running through pockets and just getting a quick little dink through the middle, and he was just scooping out the ball and just tucking it in the corner almost within 2 touches. And I think a player like that is just an amazing signing, really, especially for a team as strong as Liverpool to come in and have an impact on a team like Liverpool.
Yeah. I think his form as well has helped keep morale high despite the injury crisis.
For sure. I mean, going forward is never really something we've been problem at, but making sure that we score goals puts that pressure off defence. Yeah. If we concede 1, it's fine. We've got Jota up front scoring 2 again.
Now more than ever.
Exactly. Yeah. But I think, Jota is probably one of the best signings this season so far.
Yeah, I think that's hard to argue with. It's fair play to the lad. Fair play.
Yeah.
He was good for Wolves, but just been really hit the ground running. He's probably, out of all the signings, he's probably one that's overachieved.
Oh, yeah, massively.
Exceeded expectations out of all of the ones we've said.
But it's never. I think it's more rare to go into a new club and perform like that, because you want to settle in, you don't want to bully anyone out their spots, you don't want to step on anyone's toes, really, so you probably are a bit more passive, and to go in and just be that confident in a team that you've only ever played against, I think is also something to consider.
And the Premier League champions.
Yeah, exactly. You're not going into a team you can push around here. You're going into champions teams.
Yeah, you're joining a team where the expectation is to win the league and nothing else.
I mean, it takes confidence and a lot of self-confidence at that to really make impression on a team, and to impress Klopp as well at the moment, because you know how passionate, let's say, he can be.
Yes, that is true.
I feel like with this get up, I'm channeling my inner Klopp.
I could see you being Klopp's son.
Klopp's long lost English son. Hello.
Oh, we're back. Sorry, boys. I might die again because I've not got too much charge. I'll sort this out for next time a bit better, to be fair. I did sort of forget about the batteries. But I might go again. So if I do, I'll just stay off camera and we'll just...
We've not got much left.
Just wash your number 1 and we'll go through to predictions.
Well, I've done it. Mendy. So you guys, Gil.
I've still got 2. I've still got 2 I haven't said.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead. Do your 2.
One of which is Callum Wilson.
Ooh, honourable
I
mention.
think for how boring and dreadful Newcastle were last year, and they just had nothing to offer. He is such a brilliant signing, and he's proven it already. He scored a few goals, big moments like he did at the weekend.
All right.
Yeah, against I can't remember who that was against, but yeah, no, I think that's a great signing, and also one I don't think maybe you might not have thought of, Emi Martinez for Aston Villa.
Oh, that's a great one.
Yeah, good shout.
He's actually a fantastic keeper. I mean, he was on loan at us about a year and a half ago.
Yeah,
Phenomenal.
yeah.
Like,
he's quality. He is quality. I didn't actually think about putting Martinez in this, but I probably should have, to be fair. But good shout on that one, H. Is that all you're done?
That is everything. Yeah.
That is all my 10. Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's pretty good. Apart from Mark's Castagna one, I like that.
I'm sure there are people who agree with me, mate. Don't worry.
There's a budding rivalry.
If you do agree, please comment below. If you're watching this and you agree with the Castagna in the top 10, I would love to hear from you.
No burner account.
Number 6.
No burner account.
No burner, Mark. Yeah, no, no Kevin Durant up in here. All right. So yeah. All right. So we're gonna get on to the final part. The final parts of of our show. The episode is our predictions for next week, and our predictions last week. Oh, they were terrible, weren't they?
We so are bad.
Yeah,
we're shit at this.
Yeah, we aren't great. So hopefully it can only go up from here. And we'll see, or it could stay the same and be terrible.
Or it could get worse.
For Villa Newcastle, I've got 1-1.
I've also got 1-1.
2-1. Villa 2-1.
2-1 Villa. Okay.
Yep.
Right. Okay, 2-1 Villa. Yeah, I just think I think this is a real even matchup going forwards in terms of if Newcastle can be all right at the back, then they should be fine. But I think Callum Wilson will get something for them in this, and then it'll be Jack Grealish and Wilson that gets the goals. I think.
I reckon Ollie Watkins and Grealish will get a goal here, and Callum Wilson will get one for Newcastle, which is why 2-1 for me.
Okay, Harry, what about you, mate? Who do you reckon?
Yeah, I mean, I think a point would be good for both of these teams at this point.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah,
Villa are going to want to win this.
So West Ham is a tough game, especially away at the moment. Yeah, I think a draw for Villa would still be like a good result.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so Burnley and Everton. I've got a 3-1 Everton win. They're going to bounce back from their terrible Leeds game.
What was that, Harry?
I said 1-0 to Everton.
I've got 2-1 to Everton.
Okay, we all had Everton winning last week, and they didn't. So
they're going to let us down again, aren't they? But
it's Burnley though. So yeah, I think Calvert-Lewin and that should get back into swing things.
That's what I'm hoping.
But City Fulham. I've gone off the back of how City performed this weekend, and not really looking at it. I haven't really thought about how Fulham played. So I got 6-0 Man City. So yeah,
okay. I kind of went the same way and put 4-0.
I said 3-1.
Okay.
I could see Fulham sneaking a goal.
Okay, I just think, City, come on, do me proud, do me 6-0. Let's do it. I just don't think they have any. If they got Mahrez, KDB, and that starting again, I think they're going to run them over, man. They're just going to run them over. I still think Jesus is massively overrated, but I don't know. I think they'll be fine. They're just going to run over Fulham, and they're going to run them over. Like, please run them over. But all right, so West Ham, Man United. I've actually got United winning this 2-1. I just couldn't go against United again for a week. I just think they are going to do it against West Ham. Sorry.
I've said 2-2 like I did last week against
I've said 2-2 as well.
Okay. So you guys think they can't do it? You're thinking?
Oh, I just think West Ham are going to be better form.
Okay. Yeah. No, fair enough. I think Greenwood coming back into the side has been a bit of a breath of fresh air for this United team. So hopefully he can continue to perform. And Fernandes is balling still. So
and Van der Beek actually played the other day.
Yeah, Van der Beek's played. Did he start?
Yeah,
he started. Yeah, that's mind-boggling. That. But
got an injury. Huh? Did he pick up an injury on his ankle?
Oh, did he?
I think so. I remember seeing something posted about United fans.
That's so peak.
That's so peak.
The United fan. No, so I saw basically he went down screaming, and then it didn't look bad. So the United fans online were like, obviously giving him some stick, and then he posted a picture of his ankle and it looked like a potato, and I was like,
United fans are fucking. They're great. I'm trying not to swear on this podcast. It's been going so well so far, but I had when talking about United, one slipped out. Yeah, I don't know. I just think, United. They, at some point, they got to beat West Ham.
They got it.
That's just my mentality.
I just don't think they will.
He said with his fingers crossed.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Chelsea Leeds. I've got a 2-0 Chelsea win.
I've got 3-1 Chelsea.
3-1. Okay.
I've actually gone for 1-1. Leeds are going to be riding high. They haven't conceded in 2 games.
That's true.
Well, actually, they haven't conceded in the last 2 games. I don't know if it stretches back longer than that. I didn't pay attention that week. But no, I think they're going to have confidence going forward to get themselves a goal. Chelsea have got good defence, but I don't think it's impenetrable. I think a team like Leeds are the sort of ones that could score against them.
Yeah, fair enough.
Fair.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm on the opposite, man. I think I just can't see. I can't see Leeds breaking down this Chelsea backline with Mendy in between the sticks and having Thiago Silva and Chilwell in there as well, and Reece James. I just don't know. They can't outpace any one of them back four. Do you know what I mean? With Bamford
they did score 3 against the full-strength Liverpool on the opening day.
That's true, but Van Dijk is one of the worst centre backs ever. So it does. You know what I mean? Van Dijk's so overrated.
He's no Castagna. He's no Castagna.
He's not. Is that no Castagna? Exactly. But I think Chelsea. I think they're gonna get it. I think they're gonna run away with it. West Brom Palace. 1-0 Palace. Let's go. That's it. I've got 2. Zaha's back, basically. That's why I think they're going to win.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I put 2-0.
I put 2-1 to Palace.
I appreciate you guys. I appreciate it. But one of these weeks, you're going to have to bet against us.
That'll be the week they win.
Yeah. But no, I think we could beat them. I think we can. We've got Zaha back, so anything's possible. Would like to see a strike, because for some reason we love playing players out of position. It's just what we do. Roy Hodgson is a big advocate for not playing people where they should play. So we're going to play Zaha. I hope we play Zaha and Eze up front, because we played Eze and Ayew up front last week, and Eze looked fantastic between. And I just thought, if we had Zaha, man, getting on the end of some of these balls from Eze, get into the back, beyond the back line, would just be incredible. So I hope that's what we do go forward. But
that's what I think will happen, to be honest.
I don't know. West Brom, they got Diagana, I think, is a quality player, and they're a bit scrappy, aren't they, West Brom? So I think, and we are as well. So I think it could be quite interesting, but it could be a shit show as well. So we'll see. Would you guys? You said, didn't you? 2-1 and 2-0.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Leicester Sheffield United. I've got Leicester winning 2-0 and Castagna getting both goals. I'm joking. 2-0 though.
Marcus?
I put 3-0 Leicester. Just didn't think Sheffield United has anything in this league anymore.
No goal for it.
I said 2-0, but this could easily end up like 5.
Yeah,
I think, because if Vardy really gets on form as well, he needs to pick it up a bit.
It's his hometown. So.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. So you might want to he might be a Wednesday fan.
I think he is.
Then he's definitely going to want to bang some goals, isn't he? But yeah, no, I think Leicester should. I put 2-0, but it could easily be like 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you guys got anything more to say on that? Nope, no worries. Spurs Arsenal, the big game this weekend. I'm really looking forward to this one, because I put 2-0 Spurs, but I actually think it might be a bit more than that.
It's going to be 4-0 to Spurs.
Ooh. I love it. If it is, we might have to get Hendry or George in next week. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, we will.
We might have to. But
I've put 2-0 Spurs.
Yeah, that's what I've got. I think, I can't see Arsenal. Arsenal can't really score. They can a bit, but they can't really score consistently. They're not going to score against an improved backline of Spurs. And I think, Kane and Son are going to have an absolute field day messing around with that back line.
Laughing.
Oh, mate, it's going to be... I think they will literally be laughing at them.
They'll be licking their lips.
On the pitch, like laughing in their faces because they are so bad. But I think we could see a couple. We could see a few. I think Kane could be in for like a hat-trick here or something crazy like that. But so another Spurs win, which we should see them top of the league, I think. Liverpool Wolves, I've got 2-1 win to Liverpool. I think it's going to be a really scrappy affair.
3-2 to Liverpool.
Ooh.
I don't remember writing this, but I've gone for a wild card 2-0 Wolves win.
Oh,
all right.
Gosh, all right.
Not inconceivable at the moment.
What did you guys say? Sorry, I didn't write it down.
I had 2-1 Liverpool.
I had 3-2 to Liverpool.
Okay.
I think Salah and Jota are going to be flying in this game, but I think that scrappy Wolves will get a goal in there. Yeah. They might even take the lead, and then Liverpool come back. Do you know, something like that? I think this could be a really. I'm going to watch this game this weekend.
I reckon
it's a really interesting one.
It's going to be a Salah to lead early. Us to go down 2-1, half time, 2 goals to Liverpool.
Okay. And H, you've just gone for the wild.
I think Wolves are the kind of team that might be able to break down this weakened backline of Liverpool.
Okay.
I can't argue there, to be honest.
I like it. And Wolves have got a very strong backline themselves. The best defence in the league, don't they? I wouldn't be surprised, mate. I wouldn't be surprised. But Brighton, Southampton, I got 1-1. I think there's just, I don't know. I think Brighton will have a lot of confidence off the back of the Liverpool game. I think that Southampton are going to be a bit disheartened from their United loss because it was in such poor fashion that they lost. And I think it could be. I don't think it's going to be an interesting game. I just think it's going to be a 1-1 that is quite boring, to be honest.
I've gone for a 2-1 Southampton win.
Okay.
I just think I have something. Go
on. 2-0 Southampton. You carry on.
I was just going to say I think Southampton just have a bit more going forward than Brighton do at the moment, and I think I think Connolly will sneak a goal, but I just think Southampton will come out top. Really.
Nice, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Southampton get the win. Don't get me wrong.
They will be disappointed about being made to look foolish by a player as bad as Cavani, but I think they're gonna. Well, they played really well in the first half, and Brighton are just one of those teams, aren't they?
Yeah, of course. When you've got Ings, Adams, and Ward-Prowse going forward, anything could happen, man. You'd be banging in goals, but then Brighton, they play such nice football. It pains me to say, but they look really nice on the ball. It doesn't always result in wins.
They're decent.
Is Ings back?
I don't know, actually. If he's not, then I don't know. Maybe they might be a bit. Who's their backup striker?
Shane Long.
Shane Long. Oh, the absolute legend. Shane Long. Yeah, no, he'll get a hat trick maybe. I think that's it. So that's it, isn't it, boys?
That is predictions.
That's predictions. That is the episode done. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
No, not really. I mean, there's nothing really happening right now, is there?
Not really. I think.
Other than Ibrahimovic.
When's the Champions League back? Is that Feb?
I have to Google the specific.
It's normally February.
February. So we'll do some Champions League stuff when the Champions League is back. But I think one thing we'll wrap up in a bit. One thing I do want to say before we go is I don't know if you guys saw the F1 crash this weekend.
Oh yeah, Jesus.
Oh mate, it was. We were watching it. It was heartbreaking. I'm very happy to see that Roman Grosjean is actually all right. Looks like he's only really got burns that seem to be.
That is lucky.
Yeah. Thank God for the halo that they put in the F1 car. They absolutely. I mean, it's one of the. Apparently, they can take the weight of a London bus on top of it. The little halo they have on the front of the
halo.
So you know where they sit in the car, where they sit in the car. They've got the bar that goes around like that and then comes down the front.
Okay.
That's called the halo, and it's only been put in for a couple of seasons ago, and it's just for extra safety. But yeah, so I mean, they said if they didn't have the halo, Grosjean would have gone straight into the barrier and died. So good. Yeah, I mean, it's just good to hear that he's. It's just good to hear that, and for the marshals and the medical staff as well that were there, were unbelievable by them to be so quickly there and to just throw themselves into that fucking fire, literally just pulling him out. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy. But yeah, I think he today that he wants to be back for the Abu Dhabi race, which is in 3 weeks. If he can do that, then that's incredible. It will be his last race as he is retiring at the end of the season anyway, regardless of his crash. But he said he doesn't want to go out the way he went out in the Bahrain Grand Prix this weekend. So we've got another Bahrain Grand Prix and then a break and then the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. So I think he's going to he wants to be back for the Abu Dhabi to at least have his last race.
Oh, why are they redoing the Bahrain Grand Prix?
No, the Bahrain Grand Prix, it's just because of COVID and stuff. They've done a couple of, so they did 2 at Silverstone in England. They're just easier, like to get the races in time. And I think there's they've got they did the normal Bahrain track and they've got an outer track outside, just outside, which they're going to use for this second Grand Prix there this week.
Well, they got less travelling to do, I guess, if they do 2.
Exactly. Lewis Hamilton's not going to be racing though. He's got COVID, so unfortunately, no win for Lewis Hamilton. But he won the championship already. So what does it matter? But I'll just wrapping up with some F1 talk. Sorry, guys. But yeah, it was good to chat to you guys. We'll have to. I'm looking forward to doing the next one. Don't know what we'll be doing yet, but we'll discuss it on the chat. But thanks to everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. Sorry for the technical difficulties that were happening and the rebranding. It might be a bit confusing. But we'll see you guys for the next one. Have a good week. See you later.
See you guys.